Hey everybody, welcome back to our neck of the woods. So today's video, or this week's video, we are obviously going to be finishing up the garage. As promised on Saturday, I did go ahead and pick up a little bucket of mud just for myself, so I wasn't using Fred's. We went ahead and hit just a few spots. There wasn't much at all around the windows where the drywall was, just because again, I wanted to fill in those cracks. And then I think today on this video, we're also gonna be starting on some outside Genstone. Stay tuned. All right, guys, well, it's getting done. Last night, came out here and started figuring out how that first corner was gonna go. I drew some lines up here, got the laser level out and hit some reference lines, so I'm going down. And obviously, the determining factor of the height of this is obviously gonna be the base of the window, because we've got these brick ledge or border kind of edge things, I think they call them. Obviously, they got a hell of a taper to them. So water's gonna hit the window, hit this, and then just come straight off of that and straight on down. Yes, if you are noticing, I am not putting up a rain screen, at least for the Genstone. I may still do one for whatever product we go up here, but as for the Genstone, there's just no way to keep bugs out. There's no way to really, I know the rain screen's more for the water issue and not for bugs, but if I were to have done a core event, which I did buy several pieces of it, which is this stuff here, basically just hollow plastic that air can go through, but they put a bug screen on this side. I may still use this stuff up here, so that may go right there like that. And then I would also have to do, obviously, a rain screen going that way. And then you would go ahead and screw in whatever you're going to use, fiber cement or whatever. But that would keep some bugs out, at least underneath the siding. But for the cracks and stuff within the Genstone, there is 1000% no way to keep bugs out or do anything, because you've got cracks in here that they're just going to get behind and get up behind the foam. So it's pointless to put the core event bug guard down at the bottom of that. But again, I know it's more for a rain effect and keeping water off of there, but honestly, that is underground foundation rubber wall. I'm not worried about water hurting that. And for the 2.5 feet or so that's right here, I'm not really worried about water hitting the zip here. I think there's enough gappage in the Genstone that air can get in there and dry out for what water does get in there. But as for the siding, that's going to be a little bit more tricky, so we may look at doing the core event again down along the bottom and then vertical lines going up, and then we'll nail the siding straight through the core event, and that gives you your siding a kickoff from the house, so everything up in there can dry out. But as for the Genstone, seems to be going okay. Like I said, started with that bottom corner there, so I knew where to cut it out, and I haven't started this side yet, but trying to figure out how it's going to cut around that concrete right there. Obviously, we got a heck of a lot of dirt that we still need to taper in here, so I think we're going to be pushing a bunch of dirt up underneath of the Genstone and tapering it out. And if dirt goes up and over the Genstone, I don't think it's going to hurt it. Again, it's pretty heavily painted and like polyurethane coated on the back that water and soil over the years isn't going to hurt it. But I still don't know what Aaron wants to do in here. My vote is stone, so you're not actually putting dirt and stuff right up against that. If you do stone, you can have a lot of drainage. We can put down a filter fabric to help with weeds. Obviously, with stone, weeds are going to be harder to grow because there's nothing really to attach to. And obviously, the driveway's been doing quite well for the 2-3 years that I've had it put in. So, yeah, my vote is stone. Getting about 2 to 3 feet out here of stone, and then that will meet up with the sidewalk. So, I don't know. We'll see what Aaron wants to do. But I'm going to keep trying to figure this stuff out and crack away. We've almost got we got all 5 layers right here in the corner. Now we just need to put the top brick mold on, and that'll run against that window. And there's a corner piece over there, but hang tight. You guys will be here with me, and we'll start running this out all the way down there till we get to the deck. All right, everybody, what do you think of that? I think it looks freaking awesome. Obviously, it's not perfect. You're gonna see some horizontal and vertical lines. The 48-inch or whatever they are, upper pieces up here, you can see where every one of those lines are. Not really sure what to do about them, like if I should caulk them or not. But that's the other thing that I have to do, is to caulk all the screw holes. And that's gonna be a little bit difficult because sometimes as I'm looking for them within the cracks, I can't always see them. But again, it's not gonna hurt anything to not caulk them because it is a exterior deck screw. Coarse thread, so it's gonna hide and blend in, that you're not gonna see anything. And then I just finished this side up over here. Sorry I didn't get it on camera. A little harder than I thought, kind of intricate details and cutting of that to make it fit. Those are the first panels where I actually had to cut the panel so that a corner met a corner, and then I just siliconed it with black sealant and covered up my cut edge, because it is like a more of a, well, I'll even show you. It's more of a, I don't even know, just a light color, light gray, actually, if you will. So you got to cover up that with caulking if you were to cut that edge like that. But this side over here didn't go as planned. We bought these pieces over here, and they're like a termination end piece. So they would go on the wall. Let's see here, this is a right-sided. So they would go on the wall like that, and they would terminate. But I didn't like how that was going to look on this wood here. Obviously, I was just going to frame it out, or trim it out with whatever siding we use. But the top piece would have not have looked right, because you've got to find a way to terminate your last row. And the brick ledges didn't look good where you've got a wraparound piece like that, and then the brick ledge comes out straight. The brick ledge can't turn that corner. So I ended up sacrificing all of my corner pieces. I only bought 6 of them. I was gonna use 3 on that side, 3 on the far side, and continue down that way. But unfortunately, I think this way is gonna look a hell of a lot better. So we've got these corner pieces now wrapped around there. I still need 2 pieces there to go in there. And then whatever we do with the garage door, where the garage door stops right here, we'll probably cut a straight line all the way down here and then our trim will go up here, or our siding will go up here, and then I'll probably put like a fat piece of trim here, let's say 3.5 inches, that will go from the bottom all the way up to there. And again, it'll be 3.5 inches long. And then the garage door can come flush to here. And then if we need one more piece of trim, let's say another 1/2 inch, but only like say 1.5 inches wide, that will then hide like the rubber seal. I just don't know how the garage door company is going to look. So whenever they get out here and put this on and tell me, okay, here's how we're gonna trim this out right here, you can either cut that flush back with that or go buy your own trim and hide that. And I'll use the same piece that will go all the way up there, all the way down. So I'm not gonna cut these pieces yet because I don't know how far they need to be, and I will just cut those at a later time. But using that corner piece of that brick ledge, that wraps around that corner perfectly. And now this looks 10 times better than it would have if you would have just stopped short around that corner. And then in between now and when the siding get here, I did decide to put a bead of caulking up around the brick mold, so no water basically can get up there right now. It's just gonna hit that caulking and run on down. And then we just need to caulk, like I said, 1,000 nail holes that I need to go ahead and find and put some caulking in there and finish that out. And then that's it. So we're gonna return about $800 some of those like termination ends, because those were gonna be, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 6 there, 6 there, 6 there, and 6 over there. So we're gonna return all of those, and then again, we'll exchange them out for corner pieces. And I did the math, I'm actually gonna get like $160 rebate back because I'm only needing 12 of the corners, and those corner pieces come like double stacked in one piece. So where you've got a long on this end and then that short right above it, that's actually one piece, so 2 layers thick basically. So I'm returning more pieces and getting fewer pieces, but they decide to charge more basically per piece, so the corners actually aren't that expensive. So that'll be another day again to finish that out, to finish the center, and to finish that side over there. And I'm not going to get started on the back side unless I have a corner piece to start trekking me that way, because I'm going to do the same thing as I did the front. So I hope you guys enjoy that as much as me, because it looks freaking awesome. And can't wait to get the siding up all along there. The only thing Aaron and I haven't decided yet is, since we're doing the board and batten siding, are we going to go up? Let's say a panel comes, I think up to only 10 or 12 feet, depending on who you buy from. The LP, I think, goes up to 16 feet, but the James Hardie and fiber cements only go up to 10 feet max. So if we put a 10-foot max piece there, go up there and trim it out to go up with the angle of the roof, well, do we put like a stop edge there and continue another one up over that? Or maybe on this gable end, we trim it out up there with actually more like a cedar shingle or something, and actually split the difference, and then whatever we use can overhang where the board and batten stop. So I don't know. I got to talk with Aaron, and maybe you guys give your opinion. What do you think the gable end should look like? Should they go board and batten literally all the way to the peak? Or should there be like a horizontal line that cuts it off and we use a different product up there on the very top peak of the gable? So let me know what you guys think about that. And then we have 3 updates for you guys. So right now we're just we keep waiting on stuff, and I want to tell you where we're at with all that. So first off, the front door. In the purchasing of that front door, we got all the way through the process, and then like halfway through, they email me from where we bought it from, and they're like, oh yeah, since you're custom doing all of your jambs on the inside for the windows, we left the front door outside jamb, which is a piece about, I don't know, it looks like about that big. We didn't paint it or anything. What did you guys want us to do with that? And Aaron was like, hell yes, I want it painted. I don't want to paint it a different color than what the door jamb is that's further in, and the actual door itself, and to have it messed up and to have it match nowhere near. So I'm like, yeah, sure, just tell me how much it is just for the trim to go up, over, and down. And for our front door, that price was $900 for a piece of trim that goes up, over, and down, about 1/2 inch thick, and a depth of, again, maybe about that far. And here we are. I don't even know. When did we buy the windows and doors? Before December? November. I remember it was still warm outside actually. So what was supposed to take 6 to 8 weeks, I think we're now coming on maybe, it'll be probably 6 or 7 months before we get the front door. And it was supposed to already be here, and a week or so ago, they emailed me and they go, we're not too happy with the front door. That piece that you wanted painted, it doesn't really match. And they told Aaron that it was like 1 shade off. I'll show you a picture right here. Is that 1 shade off? Not even close. So here we have a $900 piece of freaking trim that now needs to go back to the manufacturer, completely get redone to match again. And who knows, we're probably looking at another 6 or 7 months for the front door to get here. So no time soon is that gonna arrive or happen. And that is very annoying for the price that we paid for that. Second update is our garage doors. I actually did not purchase those that long ago. I put my 50% down and they're actually already here. Well, here's the weird thing. They call me last week and say, your garage doors are here. When do you want to schedule a delivery? Call us back. They left a voicemail. I call back today and say, okay, you tell me what days you have available. And they go, well, here's the thing. Your big garage door is missing 1 full panel, so it's not tall enough, it's not gonna fit. Well, then why did you even waste my time calling me, telling me that the garage doors were here? When do you want to install them? And she's like, well, we can install the 9x9 door. I don't care for you guys to come out here twice. Not to mention, I still don't have my siding. I would actually like to put the trim up, going up there first and bringing that in somewhat of a ways and then figuring out what their trim's going to be, where's my trim's going to be. So I'm fine with waiting, but so who knows when we're going to get 1 more row so that we have a 9-foot tall door instead of like, I don't know what those panels are. They're probably like 18 inches thick each. So gonna be a minute for that to show up now, but again, it's still what I think is ahead of schedule for them to be in town anyway. We just need to get that extra panel. So the garage doors will actually be installed hopefully very soon, and it probably couldn't come soon enough or at a better time because Fred is about ready to finish up the inside, and we need that obviously painted and we need it drywalled, so that way when they put their screws through right on that like 3-inch place where the bracket or the door rails are going to go, that'll all be finished up so they can just screw right in, and then we'll only have to hopefully just do some touch-up paint to finish that off and it'll be done. And then the last update, oh, gotta love those lights kicking on. And then the last update, let's get all the lights on even though it's still kind of sunny out here. We got our other doors, so all of our doors showed up. And if you guys don't remember, we ended up picking a naughty Adler, whatever, but 8-foot tall doors, solid naughty Adler. These got some huge holes in them. We are obviously gonna stain them ourselves. The jams are all normal jams, obviously, except for, you can see that big guy right there. That's the master bedroom, since we have a 2x6 wall. But all of the other ones are 3x6, or I'm sorry, 2x4. And then there is one extra door here. It's got a little bit thicker of a jam depth. I think this is the linen closet right here. And the reason why that one has a custom jam depth is because I think I need to trim this out a little bit more. The distance in between here and where this finishes is not gonna be kind of an appropriate bathroom sink here. I'm not gonna like the look at that at all. So I'm probably gonna take 1 more 2x, and on this entire face right here, I'm probably gonna turn it sideways. So that'll give me an 1.5-inch kick out, and we'll go ahead and run that all the way up to there. We'll go ahead and attach a 2x4 to make like a T on that brace and across the header, and then back down again. And that should give me an 1.5 inches more, but we're still gonna have to custom make that bathroom vanity. The granite is gonna have to definitely be made a little bit shorter than what's normal because that's not kicked out far enough, and I'm not gonna completely redo all that in, but I think it'll still look fine. So the jam in here for that little linen is basically like an 1.5 inches bigger than a regular 2x4. So we definitely have some videos coming up for you guys. We definitely have some work to do. We've got to finish out the electric, and once I finish running all the wire and doing all of the outlets, which hopefully I'll get done this week or get some help this next weekend and finish them all out, then I think at that point we can call the county out, and if they pass us on electric, then we can start putting up drywall and start getting in some doors and using out the mineral wool and throwing it in that master bedroom wall for soundproofing. But it's coming along. We definitely have our hands full for not really able to slow down. I definitely need to do the wiring and stuff. So like I said, we've got our hands full. Finish out the blocking, put in the air channels. So this is gonna be probably a busy week. But hang with us, and hopefully when the garage gets finished tomorrow and Fred starts sanding, we'll go from there, and then we'll pick a paint color. So until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey everybody, welcome back for another day. So I've been working at my real job, so haven't done much this week, but Fred looks like he's got one more day out here. Can't tell if he overestimated or he just he's got other clients to work with too, so I'm fine with him, you know, doing some work here, going out and making some more money elsewhere. But he said one more day of sanding, and then he should be done. And Aaron went and picked some paint colors for me to pick, and I think we're gonna go a two-tone, kind of like a gray on the lower, and maybe like a white or something up top. That way it just gives some contrast. But yeah, everything's looking good. If you look over here on the box, he went ahead and feathered all that out, so now you can't even see the plywood that's sitting there, and it looks like it's integrated into the wall. Looks perfect. We do have another paint color that we have to pick though. We still have to paint that little trim piece up there black to match the roof, so that way it kind of blends in. And then we should get started. Still no update on the garage door, but two more updates for you guys. So first one, let's go down the basement. I want to show you something. So just walked into the house. I was gonna grab something, and I hear this god-awful noise down in the basement, and it sounds like an absolute huge waterfall. Well, wasn't expecting the basement to flood anytime soon, since I thought I had taken care of that, but as you can see, there's a little bit of water. Not a great amount, but I come down here and one of the couplings down on the pump blew off. So who knows how long the sump pump was running for, but it was basically just blasting the lid off and continually like cycling itself, because any water that it was trying to push up and out was hitting the lid, falling back down. It was making its way out where it blew the seal where the pipe goes down, and where the wires are, that's like a 2.5-inch hole, and there's only 2 wires going down in there. So I gotta find something else to put over that and seal it one day, so nothing can like fall down into that hole, and we'll bolt the lid on one day when we're completely done. But as you can see, I didn't bolt it on because I expected maybe something like that to happen, or for me to move that one day. I know my father-in-law's setup, he detected radon in his basement. So the company who put his radon system in, they like silicone the crap out of his. Like if his pump ever blows, you ain't getting down there anytime fast. I mean, you've got to cut through like that much silicone that they just kept pouring around and building it up. So hopefully his basement never has a problem, but we'll do that probably at a later time. But that sucks, but I'm glad I found it. It had rained all day yesterday, so that pump couldn't have been running for more than 24 hours. But yeah, now that water's got to dry out. I think it's just water that was kicked out of the sump, because when I looked at it, the water was only up to the top of the sump pump. It wasn't fully contained within there. So that water must just be that it just kept kicking it out all over the basement floor. But that sucks. God, that really sucked and makes me mad that one day that could happen and I've got carpeted floors down there or something. So we're gonna have to find a better solution, like officially gluing them all down in there. But it blew off on the manufacturer's check valve. So it was a coupling from the check valve to the rubber piece above it where you clamp onto the pipe. It was the connection between their plastic piece and their rubber piece with their worm clamp that let go. I'm pretty sure I tightened that up, but that's not something that I did. That was from the way I bought it from the store, that it was all assembled for rubber coupling, check valve, rubber coupling, and it had blue at the top one. So I tightened the crap out of it now, so fingers crossed that doesn't happen again. And then another quick update on the house. I went ahead and got all of the air channels in. Now, someone had mentioned you need airflow, kind of like what I said, more airflow at the eaves than you do at the rake, but I want to have this little segment for him right now. As you can see, we're not putting air channels up in here because we still have to cut that roof back, flush with the outside of the house, put on a scissor truss, and then that outside wall is going to continue all the way up to the peak of that scissor, which is actually going to be pretty high. Now, you're not going to see it. In here, it's still going to look like the wall stops right there and the scissor truss goes down and meets the corner there. So that's going to be the same. It's the outside where it looks like the ICF is just going to continue all the way straight up to the peak. So by putting in air channels there is going to be pointless because there's going to be a wall that goes above that roof line, probably a good 10 feet or more. So there's no way to get airflow in through there, and there's no way to get airflow in through the back either, where same thing's gonna happen. Little scissor trusses on the outside that are only gonna go up about 6 feet out there because it's a very small truss. But yeah, so no air can get up in through there, so it's pointless for an air channel. But again, do you like where that wall stops? Like, let's say that wall goes up 10 feet. Do I drill a hole in the roof so airflow goes up into the scissor truss like attic space and then goes through a hole here and then can go up through the eave in the house? Or do we leave that completely blocked off and not touch it at all? And then the final update, we got some information back on our front door. So they have color matched it. Erin is still not happy. She can see that there's a difference of the colors from that piece of trim that was $900 and the rest of the door. But what makes Erin more upset is, I'll show you a picture right here and we'll go over it together. All right, guys, so what do you think of this? $10,000 front door. Again, Erin thinks that, this is the outside piece we had painted, or this one was, actually from the last picture, it looks like it was this bigger piece. I think this is the brick mold. But as you can see, Erin doesn't like that they aren't 100% matching, but look at the cracking going on right here. Look how it looks like this was an afterthought added on piece. You can see that cut line right there where it looks like they like put it on later. It doesn't even touch the bottom here for the kick plate. I don't know how bad this looks, that it's overextended on the kick plate when that's supposed to be the brick mold that I would imagine would go up against the ICF house. But just look how bad this craftsmanship looks. And we got a suggestion from the people who were buying the door from, and they're like, well, just modify the door jamb. I'm sorry. I'm paying $10,000 for a door. I expect it to be perfect. And this cracking here, no. This extra piece here, absolutely not. And this not meeting, like the metal right here, not meeting the end of the jamb here, again, absolutely not. I will not accept this door. And Erin, I think, is at the point where she wants our money back. Now, this door is a Therma-Tru door. I know Home Depot carries them, and the company that we bought, our Geldwin Doors, also carries them. But what do you guys think Therma-Tru? Is it a junk manufacturer, especially when you're spending $10,000? Should we look elsewhere and get our money back? But I can tell you what, right now, 2 bad experiences from the manufacturer so far, and I am not happy, and I will not be accepting this. So what do you guys think about that? Help us out. A few updates there for you. We need your guys' suggestion. One, about the air channeling that we need to cut up in here or not cut up in here when we go ahead and put the scissor trusses on there. Because again, that's going to be running up. Those peaks are, they may not be a full 10 feet, but if you look at the height of these scissor trusses, they're going to be obviously sitting on these LVLs right here. They're going to be sitting on the LVL right there. And you can just see how far away they are, because I'm standing right about here, equal and you can see how far away that peak is. So do we cut air channeling in the roof, or do we leave the house attic separated from the porch attic? Then again, number 2, what do we do about that front door? Do we just say, screw it, get our money back, go find a cheaper or a better front door that actually is made properly? Number 3, what do you think we should do about the gable ends on each side of the house? And this side obviously is going to look a little bit different because there's no garage doors, but that's going to be more of a, I think we're going to get more Genstone and continue here. So it'll be equal with the porch again, wrap around here. The only difference is these windows are going to have to be completely enclosed in Genstone, even up top, where the brick mold is going to be much higher than the height of that window. But same thing over here. What do you think we should do about Genstone up to whatever, 5 feet up there, then the board and batten, and then again, do we continue the board and batten all the way up to the peak, or do we put on something within that triangle area of like a cedar shingle or something of that look or nature, and paint it to the same color, but you'll see a different contrast because it'll be a different product. And then I think that's it. So let us know what you guys think. But I'm going to wrap this video up here and get it out to you guys for this weekend. We'll start again hopefully this weekend when we start doing more electric, if my father-in-law can come out here and help me, or I'll just be out here myself running the wire and getting all of our outlets in. And then we'll see you guys then. Till then, like and subscribe as always. Comment, please. Got a lot of suggestions that we need from you guys for what's going to look good. And hit us up on Instagram at NeckofTheWoods 2020 if you guys need to personal message us. Or that's been working great when you guys need to send me pictures and I need to send you pictures, so we can have a little bit more conversation, because it's hard to communicate back in the video and answering questions, or always typing it out in the comments. But until then, we'll see you guys next time. Again, thanks for stopping by, and take care.